Hello and welcome to Edukemy's YouTube channel and editorial discussion for 25th April 2022. My name is Harsh Singh and in this video we shall discuss two editorials. One from the Indian Express which is titled Reskilling Society and the second one is from the Hindu Businessline of last week which is titled Skilling Can Unlock Demographic Advantage. Both the editorial talk about the potential of India to skill people, what are the issues, how are we going to reskill a huge number of people in the country through both the editorials. If you like this initiative, share some love through likes, shares, and subscribes. Let's begin to discuss. The editorial says, the first one from Hindu Business Line says, that age has been a factor which has been a positive factor for India's skilling. India is one of the youngest nations around the whole world, with the median age being 28 years. Median age is the age of the person who is standing just between the younger 50% population and the elder 50% population. So the person who stands right in the middle is at 28 years of age. And the same median age in China is 37 years, and in Japan is 48 years. That means their population has already crossed the youth mark and they are moving towards the elder population. India, being the youngest country, can provide potential jobs for the whole world. So, out of 135 crore people that India has right now, almost 90% people are less than the age of 60, and that's a huge chunk of population. 60 years of age and 90% of population. And even when after 20 years, when the population moves to become older, we will still have a huge chunk of the young population converted to middle-aged population, because of which we will be the largest pool of human resources. Largest pool of human resources. And these are only human resources. If we want to make them human capital, we will have to skill them. We will have to give them education. So over the next 2 decades, labor force in the industrialized world will decline by 4%, whereas it will rise by 20% in India. And India's youth will be in demand provided we make them human capital, something which is worthwhile. But presence picture does not give that perspective in the future. The skill gap is huge. For example, we had thought that we would train 40 crore individuals by 2022. And yes, we are in the year 2022 and we have trained almost only 10% people. That is 4 crore of population. In 40 crore, 30 crore were to be trained from agriculturalists to people in service sector or manufacturing, and 30 crore additional jobs were to be created in the country. This was the situation. In fact, 2000 report on skilling in the country itself spoke that only 5% Indians have received any form of training at all. Only 5% Indians. And this is in comparison to 52% in USA, 80% in Japan, and 96% in South Korea. Imagine, this is the level of training that we have given to our people, and this is dismal as compared to the other countries. What is required is to skill the unskilled people, reskill those people who are having lesser skills, and upskill according to the industry's mandate. If we have no skills, we are nowhere to go as a country and as an individual. In fact, not only the skill gap, the dropout proportion also is huge in schools and colleges. If students drop out, how would they receive formal education? And if they do not receive formal education, in that case, they would not be able to gain good skills, educated skills. And dropout is very big at primary and secondary school levels itself, right? Leave apart the enrollment ratio in the colleges. So, when you look at the potential of the country, we've got a huge infrastructure to provide training for industrial partnerships. So, ITIs are there, and then we have national skill training institutes. Each ministry is providing training to for one person to get skilled. Not only that, there is a ministry for skill development and entrepreneurship, which is providing half of all the training in the country. Over and above, we also have got Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, under which Kaushal means being dexterous, having skills. So Kaushal Kendra will be there in every parliamentary constituency. So they would be training people on using machines, using tailoring machines, using mechanical devices, electronics, computer, everything. And after doing all so much, we have been able to provide 4 crore jobs in the last 8 years. And this is only 10% of what we wanted of the 40 crore to be trained by 2022. Have we been able to train those many people as required? We have definitely not been. And now the gross enrollment ratio in the country is also rising in the higher education. That means college students getting enrolled Now it is getting more than 27%. In fact, the target is to reach 50% of college goers in their age category, 50% of them to be going in college by the year 2035. If they go to college, we will also have to create skills for them, employability for them, right? And this can happen provided all these institutions are working properly, provided we have this demand from the whole world, provided they have a perspective towards India as the employer of the world, right? Presently, in any form of skill, maximum 14% is the percentage of people workforce who are skilled. Any all the jobs accepted in the country, maximum 14%, right? Okay, so this is where the other editorial, the second one from the Indian Express, says that upskilling is the way to go about it, right? So, when we look at skilling people or reskilling people and upskilling is going to yield a lot of returns for the population. Simple example is, if we train a person who is already trained and make them a better human capital, every rupee that was invested, that will lead to a return of 2 to 19 rupees. Imagine multifold returns, twice to 19 times returns in the terms of the income for the company, that means the organization, industry, along with the individual human capital as well. So at an average of 7 rupee, this is how we are going to increase the potential of the country, of the individual, if we train them. Not only that, what is in favor of us are the corporate social responsibility laws. The institutes, corporates have already started to train people out of their social funding. There is PLI, production link incentive scheme, and it demands a huge workforce. We have all those in favor. All we need to do is start training the individuals, right? UK has got a scheme, right, to fund apprenticeship programs. The countries like Australia and Germany also are funding the programs. For example, the industry gets allied with the institutes. The industry gets allied with the institutes and tell them what to train the students on. So there is very good linkage between the student potential, the industry, and the institutes. Germany is helping through government and institutes, both of them providing employment. And this is happening through PPP mode. India can also do the same. Amidst this, there is a very important way to go about this. That is degree apprenticeship programs. This is what today's editorial says. Degrees and apprentices programs. Under these programs, a student can go for on-the-job training, apprenticeship. That means a person is getting trained in a skill along with getting paid, and they're also qualifying. That means they're working and they're studying alongside. So this is where universities, along with student, along with the employer, each of them have they say, and they come together, have a tripartite agreement, and they train the people to become the employees of the future, right? So this is a great way for training anybody. Now this is more advantageous than other models of training. It is because of five reasons. One, students or people learn while they earn. Right now, if there is a student and if we ask them, pay some money and get some skills, will they do that? It might not be feasible. If we ask the industry, pay some money and start skilling the students, why would they pay extra? But then if everybody is adjusting here, payment is being given in the form of some stipend or scholarship, and the person is receiving some skills, this is the best way, learning while earning. Along with that, learning by doing is the model for the times, because earlier there was a hard model of learning things and just emulating, copying it all the time. But now it's the time to increase the quality, having soft skills. People learn with experience. For example, customer service, sales, logistics. So therefore we have to learn by doing it, and that is why this model of apprenticeship is the way to go. The third is learning with flexible delivery. That means we cannot have students studying in the classroom. We need to have them on the job as well, online as well, on campus, on site, any of the ways, and all of them should be given respect. All of them should be given due treatment in the industry. So if we want better employment, if we want more people employable in the country, we will have to have a flexible delivery in which students can work as apprentice along with gaining their requisite skills and degree. Learning with qualification modularity. Suppose there's a tailor, and the tailor has practiced tailoring for the last 30 years. There, their experience must be regarded in the form of certificates, right? They must receive academic credits for their experience, right? It should be given some due validation. Along with that, if a person has completed only 1 year of training, but then still they have some training, they must be given academic credit for that as well. So qualification modularity must be there for holistic and experiential education and learning. Gandhiji has always recommended this. Along with that, learning with signaling value. See, in India, there are organizations like IIM, IITs, they are gates, tight entry gates. Not everybody can enter this organization. And exit gates are there in CAs, chartered accountants. For example, not everybody will be able to qualify this examination. So one has to move away from this tight package of entry and exit gates and make the education more flexible. This can happen provided we follow these 5 patterns of the degree apprenticeship program. So this is one of the ways in which we upskill people and start using reskills in many ways. Now, this article is very important as from the perspective of paper 3 of GS, that is economy segment, skill development, and paper 2 governance, how government can help in this sector. Now, if you have some questions, put it down in the comment section. And to exercise your brain, I would like to give you a question. Mention 6 ways for India to provide leading working force for the whole world in times to come. 6 ways, any 6 ways, anything that comes to you, mind, and then an example, and that's how you write the point. Now, if you like this initiative, share some love through likes, comments, and shares. Thank you for watching.